Yeah, I'm back. Mm-mm-mm. So I heard about this dude, and I saw his Facebook post. He's dating a white chick. Which, I really don't care who dates who. Except when you're dating a white woman or you're a black woman dating a white man and you start going on Facebook and trashing black men, or vice versa, you dating a white woman and you get on social media and start trashing black women, that's when I become concerned and I get a problem with it. So this dude, Telvin Osborne, was dating some white woman, and I saw various posts he made. Something he'll, um, you know, kill about this chick, and he'll die about this chick, which he eventually did. You gotta be careful, because your words will speak shit into existence. For instance, look at Tupac and Biggie. Both of them spoke death into their lives. Both of them. Tupac was like, I know I'm gonna die, and I ain't scared to die. Biggie talk about he feel like he gonna die. He got albums, Ready to Die, Life After Death, and you know, y'all be careful. So, Telvin made some posts talking about he wouldn't never date a black woman. He or screw a black woman. He'd screw a dog first before he'd screw a black woman, and the dog gotta be white. Well, we already know that. This is your dog, your bitch. I mean, surely she smelled like, well, never mind. I shouldn't say that. But anyway, something happened a few days ago. They came in from the club about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I mean, after drinking, probably smoking weed and dancing all night, you come home 5 o'clock in the morning and you just got to clean your gun. So that's what she was doing. And somehow she accidentally shot and killed the father of her child. Mm-mm-mm. I think her father's a sheriff or some shit. So yeah, she's sitting in jail now. And trust me, she didn't immediately go to jail. It took a few days. But I looked at her real good up and down. And she does have her white privilege card. And this is just one big inconvenience because when it's all said and done, she'll be set free, acquitted, if she even goes to trial. And old Telvin Osborne is just going to be cold and laying 6 feet under. It is what it is. You know? And it's hard to find a black woman that offers condolences. Very hard to find, at least on social media. I ain't seen one yet. And as I seen a YouTuber say, We're going to sit this one out. You know, it ain't easy being a black woman. And it's even a doubly hard being a dark-skinned black woman. But mm, I'll say this. My struggles of being a dark-skinned black woman are no longer a struggle. I just don't give a fuck. I don't need to be accepted by other black people because it's really other black people who have a serious problem with dark skinned people. It's definitely not white people. But I just go about my life doing what I want to do and feeling good. Because when you boil it, when it comes down to it, dark skinned people don't have an issue with their dark skin. It's other people that have an issue with dark skin. Like, my dark skin don't fuck with me. My dark skin fucks with other people. And that's their fucking issue. And I refuse to let people's issues become my issues. It's just not going to happen. And with age, this is a lot of bullshit that just doesn't matter. It's not even worth the energy to respond to, nor become upset about. You just keep it moving. And once you learn how to not allow other people's issues to become your issues, it's really smooth sailing. At least it is for me. I don't like to waste my energy. And I pick and choose very carefully as to what and who I'm going to respond to. And I found that a great majority of shit requires no response. Something else you gotta learn. Everything does not require a response. It doesn't matter if you don't respond and you know that they're formulating the wrong opinion or incorrect take on a particular matter. It doesn't matter because you know what? What someone thinks about you is really none of your fucking business. If somebody thinks you're lying about something so stupid that doesn't require any amount of energy to lie about, what can you do? Let them think what they want to think. I'm certainly not going to burn energy trying to change their mind. mean, I certainly will address it, but not for a long amount of time. And if I see they still want to believe what they want to believe, what they believe, it's none of my fucking business. It's just not. You know what? I don't know if there's something in the water or the air, but it seems like people are regressing back to middle school mentalities and behaviors. And I'm talking about adults. This is weird to me. Are you, any of you noticing that? That grown, grown people seem to be adopting a middle school mentality. It's weird. It's really fucking weird. Now, I've always heard, you know, once an adult and twice a child. I always thought that meant, when you come into the world as a baby, you're in diapers and stuff. And when you become elderly, you back in diapers and shit. You back to somebody taking care of you. Like when you were born, somebody had to take care of you, change your diapers and da da da. And when you get a certain age and elderly, you people, some people, not everybody, but a lot of people, um, graduate to the point or regress where you need somebody to take care of you, you wearing diapers and shit. There's always a physical thing with that statement. Once an adult, twice a child. But I never heard anyone make the connection that as people who progress into uh, their senior years start regressing back to a middle school mentality. Nobody ever told me that. And it can't be anything new because there's nothing new under the sun. But wow, very interesting, somewhat. Interesting, but not interesting enough for me to really give a shit. I'm only talking about it, number one, just to have something to talk about. And number two, perhaps you have experienced or are experiencing the same thing. Perhaps you may experience it in the future with somebody. But I don't know if it's in the food or something. But it's weird shit going on, man. And by the way, speaking of weird shit, do you believe in aliens? Do you think aliens exist? The thing about it is, there's a plethora of planets in this galaxy. Why would there only be one planet with life on it? Does that make sense to you? And if there's other life and aliens and shit, how come they only abduct white people? I'll tell you, black people, we get the short end of the stick all the way around. Aliens don't even want to abduct us. They only abduct white people. You ever notice that? Only white people get abducted by aliens and they get to go on the spaceship and shit and experience alien shit. Only white people. Hmm. Interesting, right? And because for me, aliens only abduct white people, it makes me doubt their existence. Because you never hear a Spanish man, a China man, and you certainly don't hear a black man or a woman talk about they was abducted by an alien. And anytime a black man, if he does talk about he was abducted by aliens, he's sitting in a mental hospital telling you this. But you don't ever see white people telling you they was abducted by aliens while they're sitting in a mental hospital. Right? But anyway, there's been a lot of talk in government about aliens, and there's whistleblowers and shit about Area 51 and how they have aliens there that they study. And, they have like female aliens and male aliens, and they have little children. But if you touch a child, like even put a pinky on them, and I'm not even talking about in means of trying to hurt them. You know how you might talk to somebody and they might put their hand on your shoulder. Don't you touch them little fucking alien children. That mother will kill you right there where you stand. That's what they say. They don't play about their children. And I hear they think humans are too careless and free with their children. And they are at the other end of that spectrum. Do not put your hand on that child in any kind of way. Not a nice way, and certainly not a bad way. Otherwise, you're gonna. Well, how they kill you? With some shit that flies out of their chest. Or some crazy shit they do. But apparently they speak English. Some crazy shit that just goes on. But yeah, maybe you should just research some YouTube videos about the aliens at Area 51. And there's a man who talks about it. And when you sit there and watch and listen to him, he definitely doesn't seem like he's making it up. He's talking like, this is an everyday thing. And for several years, it was an everyday thing for him. And you want to say, get out of here, bullshit. But no, as he's telling his experience, because he worked there and this and that and the other, he said there was a co-worker, I think it was one or two, but definitely at least one, accidentally touched a child and got killed right there on the spot. And they had to tell the family, his family, that, he got run over or hit or it was an accident. They lied. They didn't say nothing about no aliens because the family didn't even know about these aliens in existence. They couldn't tell him, he touched the alien child and the alien mother took him out. They lied and lied about the way he died. So there are people who believe that, yeah, I'm sure you see these videos about the whistleblower about aliens and, all these documents coming from the government and this and that and the other. Um, There are people who think that, the media, along with the government, are preparing our minds because soon and very soon they are going to reveal these aliens to us. And when it comes to aliens, you can't just spring that shit on, you know, Americans or anybody. You got to prepare them for shit like that. And I appreciate that. Prepare me for it. Just don't pop no fucking aliens up because the whole fucking country, the whole fucking world freak out. You got to lead us up to it. And they've been doing it, as far as I can remember, in movies like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Do, 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 do. Remember that movie? Then we had E.T. Phone Home. So, I don't know. I don't know. I guess if they look like Alf, I'd be okay with it. You do remember Alf, don't you? Well, too bad if you don't. Good show in the 80s. Mm. Hold on. Is that you, Simba? No. I thought that was a cat. LA, how you doing? Hey, James Gordon. Do y'all believe in aliens? You think they exist? You think aliens exist, James? And if they were revealed to us, how do you think you're going to feel about it? Like, no. So you think we are the only forms of life out of the millions of planets in this entire galaxy? Just Earth has life. Is that what you really think? And you don't think that's arrogant, James? Why in this whole entire galaxy with all these planets, why would there only be one? Just one. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense at all. But start doing your own research and look up these YouTube videos, these documentaries about aliens, Area 51 and shit. It'll get you to thinking. But I think there have to be way more types of beings in this entire galaxy other than us. Who's to say when we pass away that we don't like kind of be born to another being on another planet in another galaxy? Earth has the most activity. Well, just because we are on Earth and we are made to adapt to this type of environment and activity, doesn't mean that there aren't beings that don't adapt to whatever environment is on another planet. See what I'm saying? Here, Earth has oxygen. There might be beings that don't need oxygen to live. It might be a planet that's full of carbon monoxide, and there might be beings that, you know, can only live on carbon monoxide and not oxygen. I mean, it can happen. It's possible. I told y'all before my theory. I think that, like I tell you, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I think there's a planet that Americans are on, and it's top secret. And I think they have enslaved aliens to build communities up there. And they have to enslave the aliens to do it, to make it habitable for humans. The aliens have to do it. It's not like they could go up there and start building, because as it was initially, it's not habitable for humans. So the aliens have to do it. And I think they bring people up there like Elon Musk, billionaires, multi millionaires, and they've had them invest in communities. They give them tours. Well, this is going to be this, and this over here will be our entertainment, and this is how we transport, and the aliens are getting this all together, but we need more money to make this happen, and would you like to invest, and we'll name cities after you, and da da da, and there's some perks if you invest. You'll have your own space pad where you can live, and da da da. And we're working on a school system, and we'll teach the children how to survive on this planet and all about the planet. And as far as food, there's lots of resources, and this is the plan for resources for food, but we need money, investors, to bring this on into fruition. And I think that's what's happening. And I think they tell them, because it's probably going to come to pass, that global warming, and Earth is going to blow up one day, and it will be no more, and therefore we must evacuate Earth and create a new America, a space America, and da da da, and you can bring your families, and we only have enough here for 5,000 families to survive up here, da da da. And I think they have these rich people that go on space tours, and I think they invest with all the billions and mega millions that they have. And when it's all said and done, all of these people are going to evacuate Earth before Earth implodes. And of course, it'll just be all white people. But some of them will get an itch in their dick, and they'll just want to bring just one black man up there. Maybe a black woman too, but definitely a black man. Of course, they'll keep him in a cage, and this black man will have to have the biggest dick ever. It's just going to be a form of their entertainment. They'll have him this nigga in a cage in a museum someplace up there in space, so they could just look in awe and shit. At his schlong that probably hangs down to his fucking ankle. And then white woman gonna be sneaking in that cage. And you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna end up pregnant. Nobody's gonna know till the baby's born. And her white husband passes out because baby black. Then we'll have niggas again. All over, up in space. Yeah, so I think that's what's happening. And speaking of space, isn't it like 10 women, including Gail King, are getting ready to fly in space? Should have known when the rocket explodes. I forgot the rest of the lyrics to that song, Time. Sign of the Times by Prince. Yeah. I remember when that rocket exploded in 86. And people were saying, why are they flying up there anyway? You know, leave that alone. But it was necessary because that's how we have internet. By going up and, building satellites and shit. That's how we have the internet. So I guess it was necessary, and rest in peace to those astronauts who lost their lives for a major sacrifice to have what we have at this very moment in our hands. Or maybe you're listening to me on your television or your desktop. And that's what they sacrificed their lives for. So I can go live and talk about aliens and shit with you. Yep, that's what they died for. Anyway, enough of the alien talk. I've been trying to catch up as to what's going on in the YouTube streets. And I saw a funny video about Mike Mills that had this voiceover. And I was like, that's creative and interesting. And then, let me see. That's just about it. Sometimes I have to step back because it's like, damn, y'all been arguing with each other for like 10 years already. And I wonder if y'all really know that's how long it's been. I wonder. And if you know that's how long it's been, that tells me y'all really don't care. Y'all really like arguing with each other. And God forbid if one decides to really leave the sector and just get off of YouTube, period, how will the other one survive? I guess you have to find somebody else worthy enough to fight with for 10 years. 10 years. And most of the time, it's the same shit. It's like 10 years of the same shit. And I guess none of it matters. I guess. Anyway, I also seen that De Niro read his home. Now, come on. Didn't 9.5 years go by quick? It seems like yesterday De Niro read. Hey, Kathy. Seems like it was just yesterday the old Ray got locked up. 9.5 years went by that damn quick. And you know what? Miles, let's round it up to 10 years. 10 years ago, I was 47, and y'all were calling me fucking old. Well, now y'all are 46 and 47. I guess you're old now, too. Bastards. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on and ranting. But yeah, rest in peace, Telvin. Nobody gives a fuck. Fuck you. Um, May Satan fuck you in the ass with a big white dick. Peace.